crystal of skies, child of the winter, child of the night, away from the world so barren and spite. Cry with the gale on the side of the northern star.
Seal your way with the dewdrops of the night, child of the spring, child of the light. Fly to the world, sense peace from inside. Laugh with the wind, and sorrow won't reach your heart.
Sound of the silence, sound of my dreams. Sound of the silence, sound of my dreams. Cry out your dreams and live for the days to come. Sun's flowing in glass of time, complete for the past and drown in the flow. The light will rise away, one sound of the silence, sound of my dreams.
The 6 protocols or the 6 protocol agreements that we have signed in Machakos and in Naivasha, if and when implemented, will lead to solving the fundamental problem of the Sudan. It is not peace per se, because even a graveyard is peaceful.
Dr. John Garang De Mabior, a man of many facets, an expert in agricultural economics, a rebel leader to his adversaries, and a hero to his people.
His vision is still going to be alive, and it will be even stronger.
New Sudan
Born into a poor family in Wanglei village, Jonglei State in the Upper Nile region of Sudan. Garang's young life, just like the civil war in Sudan, was miserable. An orphan at a tender age of 10, a child soldier at the age of 17, joining the first Sudanese civil war in 1962. But he left the war to pursue an education, earning scholarships in prestigious universities in Africa and beyond. At this point in time, he was an academician. However, 1983 brought a different side of Dr. John Garang De Mabior. When Sudan was brought to its knees by the Second Civil War in the early 1980s, Garang joined the rebel group Sudan's People Liberation Movement, SPLA, to fight for the rights of Southerners. As years went by, he rose to the rank of SPLA chief, winning the hearts of those he fought for and gaining vengeance on those he was against, in a war that resulted in over 1.5 million deaths in just 2 decades. A strong family man, deeply rooted in his traditions, as well as his beliefs.
We will continue to defend ourselves.
They were Meet the People tours like this in Rumbek County that stirred his popularity. He flew higher, worked longer, and brokered harder for peace at home and in neighboring countries such as Kenya, where he took part in 3 years of talks, fighting in search of one thing, a new Sudan.
The peace that we have brought is not our peace alone. It is peace for the Sudan, it is peace for the region, and it is peace for Africa.
On January 9th, 2005, after 8 protocols making up a comprehensive agreement, a new chapter, a new phase, and a new beginning for Sudan was established. Garang in the forefront at Nyayo Stadium. Africa and the world celebrated a milestone that would possibly end decades of war in Sudan, bringing the South and the North together for 5 years before a vote on the nation's future.
This peace agreement therefore signals the beginning of Sudan's Second Republic of the New Sudan.
Amid the celebrations, Dr. Garang, a quiet, critical thinker, did not spare his reservations.
If we cannot find an anchor in history, then we either create one.
Before it became independent in 2011, South Sudan was part of Sudan. Since before colonial times, a deep divide existed between the predominantly Muslim, Arabic-speaking North and people from the South, which is mostly Christian or follows other traditional religions. The divide began to turn violent in the 1950s, shortly after Sudan gained independence from British and Egyptian rule. Positions of power were given almost entirely to Northerners, and the Sudanese government at Khartoum increasingly centralized around a small group of elites. A predatory government emerged, serving only to enrich its members by seizing natural resources and ignoring the desperate needs of the Sudanese people. The two parts of the country fought for decades in a civil war that only ended in 2005, with an agreement allowing the South to govern itself. That deal also opened up the possibility for South Sudan to officially vote to break away from Sudan and to gain its independence. With help from the UN, the US, and the international community, that vote was held in January of 2011 and passed overwhelmingly, with nearly 99% of South Sudanese voting in favor of creating a new state. The US had spent years pushing for the creation of an independent South Sudan, and the Obama administration celebrated the vote. Susan Rice, who was then the American ambassador to the UN, said it was
a day of triumph for all who cherish the rights of people everywhere to govern themselves in liberty and
Our Saturnino Lopore, Ali Batala, Ferdinando Goi. Many friends, we lost along the way of freedom. Many, many heroes, we lost along the way of freedom. Let us honor Clement Moro, Emmanuel Abour, Agri Jardin, Philip Rabouche. Many friends, we lost along the way of freedom. Many, many heroes, we lost along the way of freedom. Let us honor John Garang, Francis Ngor, William Nyon, Carabino Kwanyi. Many friends, we lost along the way of freedom. Many, many heroes, we lost along the way of freedom. Let us honor Yusuf Kua, Pio Yukwan, Samuel Gaitut, Abdallah Shor. Many friends, we lost along the way of freedom. Many, many heroes, we lost along the way of freedom. Let us honor Agergum, Martin Manuel, Joseph Oduho, Nyachigab Nyashilo. Many friends, we lost along the way of freedom. Many, many heroes, we lost along the way of freedom. Many friends, we lost along the way of freedom. Many, many heroes, we lost along the way of freedom. Many friends, we lost along the way of freedom. Many, many heroes, we lost along the way of freedom. Many friends, we lost along the way of freedom. Many, many heroes, we lost along the way of freedom. Many friends, we lost along the way of freedom. Many, many heroes, we lost along the way of freedom. Many friends, we lost along the way of freedom. Many, many heroes, we lost along the way of
South Sudan, and indeed the whole Sudan, has lost its beloved son, Dr. John Garang De Mabior, the first Vice President of the Republic of Sudan and the President of South Sudan, was on an official visit to Uganda during the period from 29th to 30th of July 2005, when the helicopter he was traveling in crashed near south of New Kush on his return last Saturday.
حسان الشهيد خاين البطل General Leader. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, after these announcements, we
there. Now, although it was a little bit late, this plane was very well equipped, because I've been flying in it at night myself. It had all the systems. Could see the weather, could see the mountains, could see it could also see the landing, because it had powerful satellites. So for me, I want to wait for the inquiry. I'm not ruling out anything. Either the pilots panicked in spite of the
Sudan was very big highways, flyovers, very nice school, good hospital, good home. My people will be really having a lot of food. Like in Uganda, for example, there are a lot of food in Uganda. They will never go hungry. Southern Sudan could be like that. There's Southern Sudan I wanted. A Southern Sudan which will be a home for everybody. My husband wanted our borders to be clean. He wanted small arms to be picked out from the borders so that our borders are open. This is Southern Sudan. My husband and I could not imagine what we were going to do. If we could fight the war without money, without budget, without any debt, then what about now when we will have resources? What will we do? We thought that we'll do wonders. I dream, daydreaming, night dreaming about beautiful Southern Sudan. I wanted to be part and parcel of that development. But look what happened. Everything was shattered in my very eyes.
We have had nothing but war since independence, as if independence has been a curse. Because من سنة 55 لكاد 72 هنا في الحرب. Some of us were born in war, grew up in war, went to school in war, and grew gray hair in war. We have lots of programs that, with the peace agreement reached, we have lots of ideas as to what peace means to us in the SPLM. It means a paradigm shift, in summary, that we need to initiate development programs في الجنوب في الجبال في النيل الأزرق في الغرب في الشرق في السودان كله, new paradigms of development. What do I mean by that? There are lots of things. We have lots of resources. Fee oil, for example. We don't want to repeat the experience with other countries where they use the oil money to build a consumer society by just importing goodies from outside. We want to use the oil money literally to fuel agriculture. In summary, we shall articulate and implement a social, political, and economic development strategy that includes the following. One, it is a strategy that shall address the root causes that foster recurrent civil wars, so that these wars end in peaceful and just resolution of the conflicts all over our country, including Darfur and Eastern Sudan. This will be achieved through establishing what we have called people sovereignty, a people-centered form of governance, a true social contract between the people and their government. لازم يكون في علاقة ده. People should not be alienated من حكومته. What we have in the Sudan is how people even view الحكومة. الحكومة بيشوفوا as an object to be looted. And when somebody, I don't know how it is in the north, but I believe it is the same mentality. كان زول بقى وزير 5 years بيقول شو ولد فلان بقى وزير 5 سنة ولا بنا ولا قطيع.
South Sudan, and indeed the whole Sudan, has lost its beloved son, Dr. John Garang De Mabior, the first Vice President of the Republic of Sudan and the President of South Sudan, was on an official visit to Uganda during the period from 29th to 30th of July 2005, when the helicopter he was traveling in crashed near south of New Kush on his return last Saturday.
The people must be involved so that they put pressure on the government, so that the government behaves itself. فالانتفاضة أصله should be continuous in different forms. مش لإسقاط النظام لكن لعدب النظام عشان يعدبوا النظام, so that the government behaves according to the contract into معاملته معه. The same thing with the armed struggle. The armed struggle will continue, lakin not through shooting of bullets, but through the threat of the use of force.
لكن الناس انتهت
I shall hold tenaciously to the process of cooperation and good working relationship with President Omar Hassan Ahmed al-Bashir and Vice President Taha, which was initiated by my parting brother John in the very short spell he had in the presidential offices. Smooth relationship within the institution of the presidency shall be key to the successful implementation of the CPA. The SPLM shall continue to use its good offices. Peace shall not be complete without the extinction of the fires of war in Darfur and Eastern Sudan.